Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Studio Series 86 Exo-Suit Spite Witwicky. You can see him there in his front of his box, which we'll put off the side real quick. Yeah, the box here, you can see it is a newer box with the cutout instead of plastic, bubble and all that stuff. You got the Transformers movie, you got a bit of Spite Witwicky on there and the artwork. Transformers movie right here. You got the close up there and the core class and all that stuff. You got Transformers, yep, him, authentic. Him in there. You got the manufacturing stuff, and on the back you got a product shots and warnings and whatnots on there. Also 11 steps. That's, I feel kind of being a little generous, but hey, whatever. Also comes with this book, which, yeah, it's pretty simple transformation. Not quite how I thought it would go, but still fairly simple. There you go. Spike Witwicky in his Exo-Suit, you know, Dad's Exo-Suit. He told me all about it. That whole thing, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty neat little thing. The biggest, it's got all the colors, right? This weird kind of pale blue thing. Yeah, it's powdery blue right there instead of gray, I guess. You got, the details. You got the yellow in there. I guess the weird yellow nipple things, the red, you got some blue there. You got the face, which is you got hair, but no paint on the face, which some people are kind of upset about. I get why, but at the same time, it's like I don't know. I'm just kind of used to that because so many of them just don't have proper faces. But yeah, you also got the back end, which pretty much all blue. You got the thrusters molded in, no paint, and you got a Tamashii stage port right there, and copyrights, and all that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that's the detail. Not a whole lot to him, really. It's a Spike. Looks pretty neat overall. He does have... Get those. He does have blast effects, which is surprising. And these are a harder plastic than normal. What you do for that is there's the thing, when you remember Daniel in the movie, he did the whole keypad thing and then transformed his arm into a gun thing. And this is simplified into you just spin this part around on this hinge, and then you could peg it in, and bam, now he's shooting. Ooh. I don't know, you could also maybe put it on the back, and then now he's got a rocket-powered punch or something, so bam, uppercuts and all that stuff. So, blast effects, these ones you don't think you have to worry about the whole melted plastic thing, like a lot of them, the old ones maybe had to or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's your lot, really. As for articulation, his head, you think, oh no, it can't be moved because, the dome's in the way. The dome can spin, that doesn't help you. Aha, there's a little thing right here. Use that thing, you move it, and hey, his head moves back and forth. Not a whole lot, but hey, it's something. Shoulders are kind of weird because you got this joint, which is mostly transformation, but if you want to move his arms up or down a little bit, and then you got outward, which lots of outward there. You got a elbow bend. You do have a swivel underneath the elbow, so that's, I guess, kind of a bi-slip. And you got this swivel, which I'm not sure how it's going to help for posing, but hey, it's another swivel just in case. There is no waist, which, considering it doesn't get in the way of the transformation, I don't see why there shouldn't be one, but hey, I don't know. Maybe just budget, probably. Hips, though, you got ball joints, so forward that far. You got back all the way. You got outward about that far. Knees on a ball joint, so you got bend about that far. And, of course, that also can be swivel sorts. And that's your lot for articulation. And also, it's weird if you shake him, thanks to these wheels. Kind of sounds like a cat bell. So be careful with that. If you have cats, I'm not sure how that's going to work. Just be careful with that. But yeah, comparison real quick. Oh, I'm just going ahead. Core Class Optimus from Kingdom. Whoop. Which isn't in scale at all with each other technically, but hey, it's a thing. Ooh, other spikes. Yeah, and bumblebees. So first off, here is the Origin Bumblebee, which should be, I think, actually, this should be roughly the right scale. Maybe Bumblebee should be a bit shorter depending on the shot, but I think that's pretty close, just those two. I don't have the Netflix Bumblebee, but, Clef Jumper, same mold, so it gives you an idea. That might be even closer. I think that one, yeah, so there's that comparison, if that's helpful at all. Here he is with Earthrise Optimus, which I think that could be close to right. I mean, considering the chest windows and everything, maybe he's a bit big. Again, scale's mushy. It's always been. Yeah, but also here he is with other, I guess, Spikes and Bumblebees. Here's the, remember the Spike and Bumblebee set from Buzzworthy. Yeah, there's the other Spike, and yeah, this one, it's weird because in some shots this is also kind of close too, so it's kind of weird. So that's the thing. And just for the sake of it, here he is with the Masterpiece version of Spike and Bumblebee as well, MP21, which is only a slight midge taller here. So again, this could go in a Masterpiece collection, possibly if you have the MP45 Bumblebee or whatever. It could possibly, finagle his way and just, an idea. I don't usually do Masterpiece comparisons, but this one is close enough. I was like, why not? Yeah. Transformation though, which is very simple. First off, you want to go ahead and spin this around and spin that around like that. So yeah, spin on this peg and then spin on that peg, and there you go on that front. You want to also spin this 90 degrees so it looks like that. Go ahead and spin the shoulder around 180 like this. So yeah, the wheels on the bottom now like that. And the legs are kind of weird. You want to spin them around at the knee right there like that, and they can tab together like so. And then you want to bend them forward at the hips, and then there's a special hinge here, which is useless for articulation because you're just breaking his legs at that point, and then hinge it back on that hinge right there. And it's supposed to, there's these little divots in here that's supposed to, these little sticky outy things on the hips are supposed to go into, and there you go. That's one thing. And then finally, bring these up, and right here you bend them at the elbow, and there's this square shaped hole right here for the arm is supposed to go around this square bit right there. Doesn't really tab in super securely, it's just kind of a guiding point, but hey, it's something, I guess. And yeah, that's the alt mode. That is I guess it's the vehicle mode. It's kind of looks like it did in the movie, but not really. Then again, I don't think there's a whole lot of great shots of it in the movie, so it's kind of I don't know. He does have wheels all around, so he does roll, although he kind of looks a little weird. And some of the wheels don't quite hook up super well, but yeah, that's your thing. Yeah, you can also see, it's just kind of, you can see the fists are just blatantly chilling out there and everything. It is what it is. It's not the greatest thing ever. You can, I guess, attach these as little boosters, I guess. Yeah. It's fine, but I don't know. It's an okay alt mode, but then again, the Exo-Suit alt mode has always been a little silly, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going for a screen accuracy. I don't think this quite hit, but hey, what do you know? Whatever. It's a thing. Again, I guess I'll go quick size comparisons. Here he is with Core Optimus, which, yeah, now looks really weird comparatively. Here he is with, I guess, the Earthrise Optimus, which that's a little closer, I guess. Yeah, and then, of course, the Spikes and Bumblebees and whatnot, the other Spikes and Bumblebees. Yeah, here he is with the, that thing, the one step. And, yeah, these are more or less core class, I guess. And, yeah, this is where things start to fall apart, for the sizes. Honestly, for those two. Here he is with the Origin B, which, yeah, I think it's course correct, but still kind of iffy. And yeah, here he is with the Masterpiece Spike, which, yeah, actually roughly the same size in this mode, and Masterpiece Bumblebee, which, yeah. Again, he might be, I think, is a little big for this alt mode. So is, of course, so is he. But yeah, Gives you an idea right there. Just, yeah, they're actually roughly the same size. All this technically, I guess, looks better overall, closer. Oh, that's weird. They both have kind of very limited articulation. I think technically the core class technically has slightly better articulation, but they have a large chunk of the same limitations. And here he is with the Earthrise Cliff Jumper, just for the sake of giving you an idea of how he'd be with the Netflix Bumblebee. There you go. Core class Spike. He's fine. He's not a great. His alt mode kind of is bland. His pose ability is a little limited in weird ways, particularly his elbows. His elbows, it's always been a problem. The elbows are just kind of, they're not great. They're pretty much more or less stuck in a 90 degrees position unless you want to make him look real weird and broken. His transformation is kind of simple, I guess, but yeah, his alt mode is not really worth getting into. So it's very much you're just getting him for the sake of putting next to your Netflix Bumblebee or whatever, or I guess Origin Bumblebee in my case. Yeah, because he really doesn't have a whole lot going for him beyond that. He just kind of almost is a glorified add-on for a Bumblebee, essentially, at this point. As a figure, he's kind of okay. Nothing worth getting worked up for. Definitely not worth overpaying for. Retail price or less, honestly. And you've had probably several chances at this point. Amazon was selling him for like $9 several times now. So yeah, it's just, he's fine. Don't go all of your way trying to get him, but if you see him, go ahead and pick him up, and if you want, and he'll be fine. He's fine, just not particularly interesting, honestly. It just kind of stinks, but only as much you can do with the Exo-Suit, I guess, design, one way or the other. So that's it. Hope you found this review informative and entertaining. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Twitter, I'm at Nemesis Prime 1, and check out my coffee or my Patreon. And I shall see you next time with another video review.